All right, here we are. I got a bucket of soapy water. I got a sanding. I'm just going to use a sponge as a backing pad for my 2500 grit sandpaper. I've watched a few videos about wet sanding, and most of them start with 1500, then 2000, and 2500. I'm not going to go to that extent. I'm gonna rub with 2500 and look at it. I need to get a dry rag so I can wipe them off, and because I don't want to go through the clear coat to the paint. I'm going to smooth the clear coat out and get my buffer out here and some polishing compound. We'll see. I've never done this before, and I have to keep reminding myself that worst case scenario, I just sand these down, repaint them, re-clear, or, you know, I could take them to a professional. It's not that important, and if I ruin what I've got done, which is not that good, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because this is just, you know, adequate, and that's about it. And you know what I haven't done? I haven't taken over to my motorcycle and seen just how close a match they are. I mean, they're psychedelic purple, but that motorcycle has 13 years of, you know, sun on it, fading. So, but I'm not going to do that yet. And if it's not a perfect match, it's just not a perfect match. I'm trying not to be anal retentive about these lower fairings. It's hard. But anyway, I'm going to answer today's video. I've got a lot of comments to reply to. Tomorrow's video, which is Sunday, well, you'll see this Monday, so yesterday's video, which was Sunday, this is Saturday, I'm in Saturday now, it's just me driving and talking, so nothing exciting. This I'll put up for Monday's video. All right, I'm going to answer a few comments, drink my health food drink here, pat my right-hand man, and oh yeah, I got the fan blowing up my dress. And whoo! All right, let's get to work. Well, you know, in a minute. All right, I sanded this, and I think I'm gonna like this. I think it's gonna be all right. So I'm gonna dry this off and make sure that I have sanded, because you'll be able to see it. It'll be, you know, like powdery white color where I've sanded. And then I may go ahead, just go over to my other shop over yonder and polish this and see if 2500 grit is going to be enough, because you know, I think I'm going to do a little more sanding on this side. I see some orange peel. There's no way I'm going to be able to sand enough to get the orange peel out, but all right, let me dry it off and see what I got. Well, you can see the orange peel. I'm afraid to sand anymore because look, I've already hit, see that right there? Anytime there's a ridge, you got to stay away from it with a sandpaper. Right there too, a little bit right here. And the problem is I didn't buy enough paint. I put 3 light coats of purple on here. Well, crap. All right, I'm going to go polish this and see what it looks like. And if it's acceptable, I'm going to go ahead and sand the others out. I'll just be more careful on the edges and ridges like that. And the edges like that. And, but I'm going to buff it and see if I'm wasting my time. And if I am, I'm going to order another can of purple and another can of 2K clear. Actually, I think I can buy that anywhere. So I'll save myself some money if I just buy the purple, the psychedelic factory purple. All right, we'll be back. Actually, I'll be over in my garage here in a minute, and I'll show you what it looks like after I polish it. All right, here we are. I've sort of became a little disappointed because I do have areas that I didn't get enough paint on. So, all right, I'm gonna do this anyway. Let's get to polishing. Here's what I'm using. hold on 1 second. McGuire's Ultimate Count Pound. So, let's see. It's gonna take me a few minutes. Nope, no way. It's not even close to looking good. So, I'm at the point where I've got nothing to lose. I have some very old rubbing compound that I've actually had. Good God, I bet you I've had this 10 years. I mean, sealed, closed up. God, maybe more than 10 years, because I had a 2010 pickup truck that I put this on, and I did the whole truck, and then, and it looked like better than brand new. And I did it with a orbital buffer and all that. And anyway, so I'm gonna try this. I got nothing to lose. That rubbing compound just isn't, I guess, a low enough grit to polish this up. So anyway, here we go. I'm gonna use this. I gotta shake this up for about 10 minutes because it's been sitting for years. So it's better, but I'm at the point where I've got nothing to lose. So I'm just gonna keep on polishing with this stuff and see what happens. It's better. And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna put just a touch of wax on it. I'll try it right up here. And I'll just see how shiny it can get with what I've done so far. And I'll show you that in a second. Oh, there's some wax on it, but I'm almost to the point where I'm gonna stop working on this, order some more purple paint, and paint these the way they're supposed to be with multiple light coats, and start all over. And it's not, a perfect match. I mean, granted, one's sun faded, the other's not, but all right, I'm gonna polish it a little more with this stuff and just see what I can do. Like I say, I'm at the point of no return where I'm not happy with it the way it is, so I can't make myself any more unhappy with it. So I'm either gonna, polish it down with a bare plastic or make a difference. So here we go. I'm gonna go back to the buffer. Nope. I mean, every time I do it, it gets a little better and a little better, but there's no way I'm gonna get rid of the orange peel, which is beneath the clear coat on the purple. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but it still looks amateurish, and I don't want to put this on my bike looking like that. So I'm going back to square one. I'm gonna get online. I'm gonna just buy the purple. I probably won't buy it from the same place. And I'm gonna start all over from square one. I'll buy more than enough paint to paint these many, many times. That's part of the problem. I only had enough paint to put 3 very thin coats of purple on this. And you can, in some areas, you can see I didn't get near enough purple. And then I'll buy 2 cans of clear, and I'll do this upright, and then I'll figure out a way to put these up where I can get the edges, and I'll do better. I'm gonna do this better. I'm not gonna, settle for the amateurish look that it has now. So, alrighty, that's the end of this video. I'm gonna get online and find some psychedelic purple, if I can remember how to spell psychedelic. Here we go. Okay, I have decided. I went and looked at paint from another company because it wasn't, a close. I mean, it was a close match, but so, and the paint is expensive. And to buy 2 cans and 2 cans of clear coat, I'm looking at over $100. So I think I'm just gonna have them powder coated shiny black by the same people that did the rim. Everything that's facing this way on the lower half of the bike is black, 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 the fender, black. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and have them powder coated shiny black, just like the rim. They did a good job. It was very, $65. You know, that's not bad. So Monday morning, I'll take the parts over there and see if they can powder coat them black for me and be done with it. Get this together. I'm gonna stop. You know, it's an old bike, so I'm gonna stop trying to make it look like a brand new bike and just enjoy riding it. Stop fretting over it. I have fixed all the, and then, you know, most of the silly crap when I, you know, in fall when I take the short windshield off and put the tall windshield on, which is right here, brand new in the box. I gotta take the fairing off, and inside the fairing there's a whole bunch of wiring that I'm gonna clean up. There's a CB radio console that I'm gonna take off because I don't even have antennas on this anymore, and I never will. And so, you know, you know, it'll be as good. I keep saying, you know, but I'm still in the thought process. I mean, I've decided on these, and I don't know the extent to which I'm going to. I've been thinking about getting a stereo in there with Bluetooth, and the speakers in the back aren't bad. The speakers in the front are original Harley, and if I just had a simple radio with Bluetooth, I mean, I do like listening to music sometimes on the bike, but it's not, you know, imperative that I have music. I enjoy riding a bike, music or not. So I doubt that I'll actually ever spend money on that. So everything that's, you know, that's aftermarket, that the kid who had this put on here, I'll show you around here. I've got wires hanging that I'm glad they didn't cut into the original. See these? I got no idea what all this silly crap is, but I guess if you want to plug in speakers somewhere else, I do not know. See, there's another one. I'm gonna get all that crap out of there, but it's behind the fairing. That's got to come off, which is really simple to do. It's like 3 screws on each side, and then the windshield screws, and it's done. Alrighty, I'm gonna go install this LED light in my shop over my buffing bench, the one that went out. And then I've got a knife here I got in yesterday. And by the way, this is the original Western sheath. Forget the number on this, F66 or something like that. And I'm gonna work on that a little bit today. And that's it. All right, I'm in the knife shop. I can't think of anything else to do. I have a lot to do in here, but I really wanted to get my motorcycle squared away and put together and done. But anyway, you know, minor disappointment. So I got a knife in the mail yesterday. I've already started working on the handle. I'm going to work on the blade later. I'm not going to polish the handle until I have the blade. That's not bad. I've got to start a new edge and do some heavy hand sanding. I'm not going to put it on a belt grinder because I think I can take care of this with hand sanding. And this is F66. All right, I'm going to finish. I got to sand this knife a little bit more, and then buff the handle, buff the blade, and this will be ready for a sheath. So I'm going to do that next. All right, this is the set and finish deplorable. I got to make a sheath for it. It may be sold to a local person here, but I don't know. It was, you know, kind of iffy, I guess you'd say. She said, yeah, you know, send me a picture. I'm going on vacation. I may not have the money, but whatever. I'll offer it to that person. And if she doesn't want it, I'll offer it for sale. And it's the lady at the post office, the nice lady. The lady that doesn't hate me. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to make a sheath today or not. Tomorrow, tomorrow's Sunday. I may make a sheath tomorrow. I think I'm going to work on this knife a little bit just because it's kind of fun to bring these things back to life. And anyway, I'll show you when I get a little more done on this. I'll show you. I'm going to do the handle first and then the blade. Okay. That's not an interesting knife. That is just and I've got two hatchets coming that are exactly like this. So I'll have matching sets. It's gonna take a lot of work because like this, it's got lots of patina. I did start sanding on this a little bit just to see how deep the pits were. It's not terrible, you know, it's gonna take a lot of elbow grease. And I'm looking for a Western with a leather handle that's in bad shape because I'm gonna take the leather off. I'm putting wood here and wood on the other one, and I'll have a matched set, probably rosewood or something that they used in you know, the years that this was made. That's gonna take a whole lot of hand sand in there. Alrighty, I'm gonna stick this in the vise and start working on the blade here. Boy, that come out nice, huh? All right, let's pet the dog. All right. I didn't sand, you know, all the way down below the pits because, you know, it deserves to have some of its earned scars. But there we go. Western, Boulder, Colorado. F66. See, it's got some minor, you really got to look close to see them. Okay, Monday I should have the hatchet that goes with this, and this is an original Western sheath. I'm going to bring it in I'm going to make a sheath for this today, the one I just finished up. And I'm going to dye this sheath black, clean it up a little bit. All right, I guess I'll just show you this sheath when it's made, and that's it for today. Kind of a disappointing day. I'm disappointed in two things. I did the very best I could on them fairings, lower fairings, and they came out like crap. And I cannot afford to buy the paint and do this all over again. It's $100 just for the paint, and then more for the clear coat, and then there's no guarantee I'll do it better the second time. So I gotta really, you know, think about the money I'm spending. And I Googled basically how much it would cost a body shop to do a professional paint job on the lower fenders, and it was hundreds of dollars because, you know, they would order the paint or have it matched, and there's no cheap way out of it except powder coating. So I don't get my purple lowers like I really wanted, but that's okay. I will get really nice shiny black powder coating that will last my lifetime. And it's not exactly what I wanted, but it will be a much better job than I'm capable of doing. So that's another disappointment. I realize that there's something that you know, I can't practice and make myself better at because the paint is so expensive. Who can afford to practice and make mistakes? All right, let's go make a sheath. Looking for mute. Hold on one sec. There we go. Okay. So this is the deplorable Pluribidus XLV, deplorable 45, but I just call it deplorable now. Okay, I'm fixing to glue my webbing in there and let it sit for an hour or so. I may finish this tomorrow. Boy, did that come out nice. I had to re-sew that, just the bottom third, or actually fourth, third, bottom third. There was no thread in it, but I dyed it black like it was. Come out good. Okay, I'm waiting on the hatchet that goes with that. All right, let me get this put together. Man, it's 5 o'clock. Jeez. It's 5 o'clock on a Saturday. Well, I like my little T-pins. I got one that I gotta redo the tip. It's too tight, too pointy. So that's why I've got that one going in the wrong direction, because I want to remember which one it is. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna sew this up tomorrow. That's what we're looking like. And I think I'm going to wet mold this sheath after I sew it. Okay, and I may even do a little edge fade. Not much, just an edge fade. Okay, have a good Sunday, y'all. We'll see you. Okay, here's a little update. Turns out you can't powder coat plastic because they oven bake the powder coat onto whatever it is they're putting it on. And it has to withstand temperatures of 400 degrees. And there's no way that plastic would withstand temperatures that high. So tomorrow I'm going to give it another go and see how shiny I can get them. You know, they're never going to be perfect because I started off with not enough purple. So I'll give it another try tomorrow, and I'll finish that sheath tomorrow. First thing I'll do is finish the sheath and then go back to working on them fairings. We don't have any cheese, okay? We don't have any cheese. I gave them a little bit of, you know, they get their regular meals, but sometimes they just get a little hungry and they want a little taste. So I put a little dog food down for him. He looked up at me and he walked over to the refrigerator. I don't know what he wants. He wants a piece of that Swiss cheese, and I'm not giving it to him. So I lied and said we don't have any.